Hi there. I'm going to do a project today to improve the usability, the ergonomics of this Road King. If you're a Road King rider, you probably know that it has auto cancel. There's the turn signal. Auto cancel turn signals. However, they don't always cancel exactly how you expect them to. So it'd be good to be able to see the idiot lights. The problem being the idiot lights are way down here underneath the speedo, and where you're looking is up here. This is your line of sight. In fact, if you wear a full-faced helmet, your chin guard means you have to look a long way down. The next problem you've got is you have to look down for more than half a second because the light is going on and off. So you can't just glance down, you have to actually look down for half a second. Now, if you're going pretty fast down the road and there are lots of hazards around. So I think it would be much better if there was an LED up here on the handlebar shroud. Harley Davidson don't make it easy to take that off. They used to sell, for a pre-2008 model, they used to sell a V logo indicator, turn signal, sorry, V logo, which installed on here and did exactly what I'm trying to do, but it doesn't fit a 2009 onwards. So I'm having to go my own way and build something myself. The good news is they still publish the instructions for the V logo turn signal indicator. That's one thing that Harley Davidson do really well. A lot of very good documentation on their website. So it basically tells me where the wires are that go to the LEDs. I've purchased some LEDs. Of course, they're surrounded by chrome, because if you've got a Harley Davidson, everything has to have chrome on it, unless you're one of those blacked out sort of people, and then everything has to be blacked out. But I'm one of those chrome people, so it took me quite a while to work out how to wire these in, because an LED is a strange bit of electronics. If you give it a voltage and some current, it will consume all of the current that you send it until it blows itself up. So you have to put a resistor in series with it. This is nothing to do with the indicator circuit, loading that. That's a completely different problem. This is just to do with the LED itself. So I've got a couple of 430 ohm resistors that I'm going to solder up in series to prevent, when I put 12 volts of the motorcycle down the wire, to prevent the LED blowing up. What I'm then going to do is drill a couple of holes. As you can guess, might as well just turn that off now. I'm going to drill a couple of holes in here. I've got to take it off first. Mount them. Then I'm going to splice into the wiring in the headlight, and hopefully they will work. A few issues I've got. One is being able to identify exactly which wire is which, because I've got the wiring diagram from the main manual and it seems to disagree slightly with the colours that are given in here. So here it says turn signal, connector and wiring, pull conduit back to expose wires. I'm just looking for the colours. Can't remember where it is, but anyway, it does say what colours you have to connect to somewhere. I can't see it. Anyway, you'll see more of that as we go along. I've never used heat shrink, so I've got some heat shrink to use because I want to try and do as professional a job as I can and keep everything neat and tidy so that it's going to work. Okay, here's our first challenge, is which one of all of these wires and connectors is the live going to the indicators, and actually slightly more problems. First of all, we've got to identify which set of wires it is. Secondly, we've got to know which one's right, which one's left. And finally, just showing you on the circuit diagram, there are actually two sets of wires that we could possibly link to. One is the actual display on the wiring diagram there, and the other one are the actual wires that go. Now, it took a little while to sort this out because in the instructions for the V logo turn signal, it doesn't really tell you anything because it's pre-decided. It says purple to purple, to brown, black to black. Interestingly enough, just to point out a little error on Harley Davidson's behalf, there is no such thing as purple. However, there is violet, which I'm going to call purple. So I did actually manage to find it. Now, what I've worked out is if you've got a European variant, you don't have, now ignore the colours on my bad printout, but that light purple, light violet, is actually supposed to be blue on my printout, but the printing underneath it says running domestic only, so domestic USA. So actually, although you think that you've got 6 wires coming out of here up at that connector, you don't. The two central light ones that are light pink and actually are blue because of my bad printout don't exist. So we're looking for a connector that's got 6 wires, well no, so that's got 4 wires coming out of it, a black at either end, a brown inside from one, and a violet or purple coming in from the other. And I have actually found it. The only thing is, it's a little bit weird on my bike because these are the wires that actually go to the turn signals, and as you can quite clearly see, there's black at either end and there's violet at either side. However, not all is lost because, look, there is actually all of the wires going in at the other side. So we've got a black, a purple, 2 blues, a brown and a black. So based on the orientation, I can tell you that that wire, this one, I'm just moving here, is the one that's connected to the brown, and therefore I can use my wiring diagram. I'm going to connect to these wires. I don't know why. I feel a little bit better about these. Seem a bit looser and I don't have to peel back so much conduit, and they're not so tight to the other ones to do some soldering on. But anyway, so wires identified. Next step, let's just test one of them. Okay, well, I had been going quite well, but as you probably know, when you're doing a job like this, something, let's say, special always happens. So I was just removing the shroud, and there you see the 2 things which are supposed to be Phillips screws are not Phillips screws. They're just flat, looks like they're riveted. I've been on the internet, and this shouldn't be true for this model, but it seems that on certain models, particularly in Europe, they've installed shear bolts, which means I've got to drill these things out. It's absolutely mad. I think I know why. Because underneath that panel you can adjust the handlebars without needing to take the whole thing off, but it doesn't seem like a very good reason. Anyway, let's see how we get on. Okay, well, good news, bit of perhaps good luck. Managed to get them out, drilled into them, managed to get enough of a hole in there to get something to turn it, and also, luckily enough, because of all the vibration, I think it kind of worked them loose. So there they are. Now my problem is trying to get a replacement with a countersunk Phillips head on, but it could have been a worse problem, and they were completely stuck in there forever. Okay, so I've finally taken off the, managed to drill out the bolts, finally taken off the handlebar cover, and here they are installed. I just drilled a couple of holes. I lined them up by eye. They're not exactly straight, but close enough for rock and roll. I've got it all wired up, so I'm gonna give it a little test just before I put it in the bike, because it's a lot of work. But there they go.
It's flashing because I can't get my hand to hold on to the battery at the same time. So that's what they look like. Obviously they'll go on and off with the indicators. So let's see how we get on splicing them into the wiring. I took the connector block off. Now I've marked a piece of tape because that red is for the right hand side. Obviously the two purple ones are both positive and the two black ones are the negative earth. Over here I had a lot of trouble. So these are the wires that I've fed through, ready to go. The one with the red tape on is the right hand side. This one's the left hand side. The trouble I had was these wires that were on the end of the connector were way back inside and there was just no way I was going to get a soldering iron on them. So I've been I soldered it up. So basically I took the wire, each of the red and the black wires, soldered those in, then had to solder back together the main wire that was going out to the that was going out to the indicators themselves. And so here's the moment of truth. Ignition on. Let's turn an indicator on. And you saw it already. Indicator on down there, and indicator up on the dash, and even that one's working as well, which is really good news. So I'm hoping that is going to fix my problem. It is really nice and bright, but anyway, let's hope I put enough of a resistor in there because I don't want to do this job all over again. Let's just do the left one. Okay, now the left one. Oh yeah. Yeah, left one's working. Left is working at the back. Left is working at the front. Well, it's not a huge test. I'll test it once again when they go out, but I'm pretty sure that that is going to fix my problem. Will it do both? No, hang on. No, I can't do it. Okay, look at that. They're both on. And so far, no electrical fires. So I'm hoping that that is it. I better turn that off. Okay, it's gone off.